Good morning. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, of course.
Because there is a heavy rain in our place now. Can you
Uh,
hear something?
now use your voice.
No, the rain. There is
No,
a heavy rain. Okay.
use your
So,
voice.
so how are you today?
Today, like the other day, nothing. I, I don't have anything
Okay,
to
have you
say.
already eaten dinner?
Yes,
So
I
what did you eat today?
uh, meat and boiled egg and shrimp. Shrimp. Yeah.
How about the vegetables? Did you eat?
What?
Did you eat vegetables?
Yes.
Okay. So how are you in the school?
School.
The, um, there is a vacation, right?
Yeah. No school. Um,
Let me search for a minute. Okay. So let's start now with our new lesson today because next meeting we will have an exam. Okay, so just listen carefully. Okay, maybe sometimes you cannot hear me clearly, but you can only hear some noises outside. Okay, just tell me, okay? Because honestly, I cannot hear you clearly because of a heavy rain.
oh,
Yeah, I have a problem. Okay, but let's try, okay?
okay.
Okay, so now let's start. I will share my screen to you. Okay, so there is a typhoon in our country. Okay, can you see already my slide?
Yes, vocabulary. Vocabulary.
Okay, this is a conversation. So let's practice on speaking. Okay, go. So we have
Um,
vocabulary.
responsibility.
Yes, what do you mean by responsibilities?
Something you are responsible for.
Can you please louder your voice because I cannot hear you honestly.
Is to responsible for something. Right.
Okay, it is responsible. Okay, go. So read this. Please read this and understand what do you mean by that. Go.
A duty to deal with or take care of something so that you may be blamed if something goes wrong.
Okay. So what do you mean by that responsibility?
I say bit. I just say
I mean is what have you really understand about responsibility? Can you give me a specific example that you understand about responsibility?
I have responsibility for my exam.
Okay. What is your responsibility being a student?
To study and obey the teacher.
Yeah, so that is your responsibility as a student. Okay. Next. What is that?
Quality.
So what have you understand about quality?
Quality rate. The standard of something.
Okay, there is a quality. Okay. What is that?
The standard of something when it's compared to other thing, like how good or bad something is.
Okay, the standard of something when it's compared to other things, like how good or bad something, just like, okay, the quality of the laptop, the quality of the shirt. So there is a quality, meaning that is a standard of something. If, for example, in the school, there is a standard uniform, the quality of the uniform, right? So next, what is that?
Quality.
Can you please louder your voice?
Quality is
No, we're already done with quality.
experience.
Yes, experience. What do you mean by experience?
Is something you have tried before, or just
What?
knowledge. It's something you have tried before.
Okay, what do you mean by that? Read it.
The knowledge and skill that you have gained through doing something for a period of time.
Okay, what is your experience being a student?
It's fun. I have friend, and I can do math. I can learn English like that.
Okay, the knowledge and the skill that you have gained through doing something for a period of time. So my question is, what is your experience during the student or being a student?
Being a student, I have experience when how hard is the subject
Yes.
is friend, classmate.
Okay, don't be shy.
Um, that all. I think I have experience.
Okay, experience. That is something just like your skills or knowledge that you have gained through or doing something. For example, you experience something in the school that you have a lower grade, something is a low performance, just like that. Okay, that is something you experience. Okay, every people has experience for everything. Okay, next.
Salary.
Yes, what is salary?
is the money you earn every month for doing a job.
Yes. Is salary very important?
Yes.
Why?
Because men and women need money to live. Ah,
What? Just continue.
money that employee receive for doing the job, especially professional employee or people working in an office, usually paid every month.
Okay, what have you understand about that?
What?
What have you understand about that?
Is money you earn every month for doing a specific job.
Yes. So salary is very important to every employee, right? Because you do your job and then there is a salary, okay, after the accomplishment of your work, okay? So next, what is that?
That's it.
That is condition.
Oh, okay. Condition.
What do you mean by condition?
Environment. The state. That's something.
Okay, the state that something is in, okay, that is condition. So what is your condition today? Right? What is the condition of our weather today? Something just like the state of something, okay? That is a condition. Okay, next.
Accommodation.
So what do you mean by accommodation?
A place to live, work, or stay in.
Yes, a place to live, work, or stay. So what do you mean by that?
Is where you stay.
Yes. What else?
You work. I mean, like students, they pay money for the accommodation, leave, or the homeless people. The government will like provide them accommodation. That's
Okay. Okay, learn this. Indirect question. Go, please read it.
we often use indirect question to sound more polite in formal situation. They begin with a phrase like, could you tell me? I would like to know. I would be interested to know. I was wondering, may I ask? I would like to know. Example, could you tell me what the time is? B, we use if or whether to turn a yes no question into an indirect question. Is accommodation include? I would like to know if accommodation is include. C, to make like recap each question into indirect question, we use question word. Would you mind telling me what time is? In an indirect question, the word order and verb form are the same as direct statement. Is the job well paid? Could you tell me if the job is well.
Okay, so what have you understand about indirect question?
What? I
What have
cannot.
you understand about indirect questions?
Give a question to make you sound like more polite in several situations.
Okay, so this is indirect question, meaning we often use indirect question to sound more polite in formal situations. They begin with phrases like, could you tell me? I'd like to know. So just remember that that is already the indirect questions, okay? We use if or whether to turn a yes, no question into indirect question. Is accommodation included? I'd like to know if accommodation is included. So that is indirect question. To make a double-edged question into indirect question, we use the question word. Would you mind telling me what time is it? Would you mind? Okay. So in a direct question, the word order and verb form are the same in a direct statement. So you know already what is a direct statement, right? Okay, go. Do you know anyone has had a holiday job abroad?
No, I don't.
You don't have?
I don't. I
Okay,
don't have.
so I will give you some explanation. Do you know anyone who has had a holiday job abroad? Okay. I have a mother. My mother is in abroad, or that is an LFW, right? So she tell us that there is a holiday also. Even though there is OFW, they given a chance for the holiday so that they can go outside to relax. So what was their experience? So their experience during the holiday job in abroad, they are very happy, enjoy, okay, do the things that they cannot do when there is no holiday, because an OFW, that is, you are always in the house cleaning, okay, taking good care of the baby, something just like do for the house chores. So that is why, as I said to you, during the holiday for abroad, they are very happy on it, because that is the time where they can relax. Okay, that is the time that they can communicate to their cool people, or that is cool country, right? And also during the holiday, what they can buy something so that they can give just like, what is that, a gift for their parent, for their family, right, for their relatives, friends. So a holiday is very important to the abroad, because they will not wasting their time during the holiday. Okay. Okay, look at the picture. What are the people doing? So that is the picture where the first is in the abroad and the second are not.
Just first
On the first
photo.
picture, what is that? Compare and contrast the photos of people working abroad. What are the people doing?
The woman in the picture a like she's doing in a restaurant as pastor.
Yes, what else?
He's working inside a restaurant while the girl in the picture P is working outside in the garden. She's like collecting grape.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Great.
what can you tell about that? So first picture that is in abroad, right? And the second picture that is only here, not in abroad, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely
my
right.
question is, what is the difference between the abroad and working in your country?
What do you mean? That working abroad?
Yeah, what is the difference? Working abroad versus not work only in your country, or something just like ano kaya, working abroad just like FW, or there are different kind of job in abroad, right? So my question is, okay, because there here your task is compare and contrast the photos of people working abroad. Okay, so first picture that is the girl is working abroad. The girl is what? They are in the inside inside of just like a restaurant, right? Or something just like an office. But on the second picture also, that is already an working abroad, but she is in outside. What? What is the girl doing? The girl doing is
Gardening. Up to
he will clean the trees of the grapes, or something just like I know she will get the fruits, something just like that. So that is the contrast and compare of the photos of people all working abroad. Okay, the difference of people working abroad is something just like you are not wasting your time in working. Okay, time is gold in the abroad, right? You cannot relax easily. You cannot sleep easily. Okay, so you can sleep only or relax after all your work. That's it. Okay?
okay.
Yes. Okay, speaking strategy. Can you please read it?
Make sure that you refer to all of the point in the session on in order to cover all of the topic. Use phrase like moving on to the question of. Another thing I want to ask now is something else I would like to talk about is could you could I ask you about speaking of eggs if eggs had been mentioned? Does that remind me if there is a link with something you want to say or ask?
Yeah, so that is a speaking strategy. So what is your own speaking strategy so that you can easily speak something, or you can easily make a sentences? What are your strategy? Just like this. Okay, this is a speaking strategy. How about you? In your own speaking strategy, what is yours? Do you have it? Every people has a speaking strategy. So how about you?
Strategy?
Yes,
Strategy.
strategy. Strategy. Yeah, that is a
Strategy.
strategy.
Um, cover all the topic.
Your strategy in speaking.
Yeah.
What is your own?
I don't think I have speaking strategy.
Why? You must have a speaking strategy.
Really?
Yeah, you must have. Okay, can you please analyze your answer? I will ask you about your speaking strategy in your own because it can help you. Okay, what is that? I will give you 5 minutes to think. What are your speaking strategy?
My speaking strategy. Uh, I don't know.
No.
I,
Do not say you don't know, because that is a simple questions. What are your speaking strategy?
I don't understand. Uh,
Okay,
it-
we already give you the speaking strategy, okay? Make sure that you refer to all the points in the task. You may need to move the conversation in order to cover all of the topics. Use phrases like this. Moving on the question of another thing I wanted to ask, something else I'd like to talk about is about this. So that is a strategy, right? Okay.
strategy.
Okay, here. That is your example. Go.
Moving on to the question of Moving on to the question of salary, could you tell me how much I would earn? Another thing I want to ask now is what time would I start and finish work? Something else you would like to talk about is the dress code at work. Could I ask you about lunch breakfast? Speaking of uniform, would you provide me with one? That remind me, would you expect me to work at weekend? Oh, strategy.
Okay. So moving on the question of salary, could you tell me how much I would earn? So that is a question. That is a speaking strategy first. Another thing is I wanted to ask is what time would I start and finish work? Okay. Next, something else I'd like to talk about this. So I'd like to ask about is the dress code at work? Could I ask about? Could I ask you about lunch break? Okay, speaking of the uniform, would you provide me with one? Okay, that reminds, would you expect me to work and wait, what is that? Weekends. Would you expect me to work at weekends? So that is the example, okay, of the speaking strategy.
Okay. Speaking
Okay.
strategy.
Okay, so now this is your time. You have moved, okay, this is the time you're speaking strategy on how you will use it. Okay, you have moved to the UK and you are looking for work. Okay, just remember that. Just put yourself in that situation. You have sent a job advertisement for hotel staff. Okay, so question: what is the responsibilities of the hotel staff? You must know in every job, Ngoyen. Just remember you're already teenager and then you have already a dream. So that you can easily answer the questions, focus those questions, focus your lesson, and then if you think you don't know how to answer it, just ask or something just like try your best, okay? Or there are many ways that you can answer it. Type it in the Google, just like that. Search the information. Okay, that is very easy for you. But just remember, if you will find your answer in the internet or in the Google, you must first understand the questions and understand the answer, and then just remember it and put it in your mind. Okay? So let's start. What are the responsibilities of the hotel staff? Can you see many hotel staff? Yes. Can you tell me one hotel staff that you know?
Mm, can you play the audio?
Okay, just wait.
Audio.
Lesson 6G, Exercises 3 and 4.
I saw a job advert for hotel staff, and I was wondering if I could discuss it with you.
Certainly. What would you like to know?
Well, first of all, I'd like to know what the job involves.
It involves cleaning guests' bedrooms in the morning and after that, working in the restaurant.
Oh, I see. Could you tell me what I would be doing in the restaurant?
Mostly serving customers. The restaurant gets very busy at lunchtime.
Well, I'm hard-working, so that won't be a problem. I'm also very polite, and I enjoy working with the public.
That's good. You'll need to be very patient and cheerful too.
I believe I possess those qualities too. The job sounds ideal for me. Something else I'd like to ask about is the hours. I'd be interested to know when I would start and finish work exactly.
The hours are 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Tuesday to Saturday.
So I would get Sunday and Monday off?
Yes, that's right.
That's good. Moving on to the question of pay, may I ask what the salary is?
Yes, it's £7 an hour. We may occasionally ask you to work overtime. Would you be willing to do that?
Yes, I think so. Finally, could I ask you about accommodation? I'd like to know if accommodation is included.
No, I'm afraid it isn't. You'll have to find your own accommodation. Is that a problem?
No, it isn't. I'm staying at a friend's flat and she says I can stay as long as I like.
Well, it sounds like you are ideally suited to the job, so I'd like to offer it to you.
Thank you. I'd be delighted to accept it.
Okay. Did you understand what you heard?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. What are the responsibilities of the hotel staff? Okay, read it again. Lesson it again, okay? Just focus, okay? So that you can easily answer the responsibilities, the personal qualities required, hours of work and salary, and then if accommodation is included, okay?
Okay.
Lesson 6G, Exercises 3 and 4.
I saw a job advert for hotel staff, and I was wondering if I could discuss it with you.
Certainly. What would you like to know?
Well, first of all, I'd like to know what the job involves.
It involves cleaning guests' bedrooms in the morning and after that, working in the restaurant.
Oh, I see. Could you tell me what I would be doing in the restaurant?
Mostly serving customers. The restaurant gets very busy at lunchtime.
Well, I'm hard-working, so that won't be a problem. I'm also very polite, and I enjoy working with the public.
That's good. You'll need to be very patient and cheerful too.
I believe I possess those qualities too. The job sounds ideal for me. Something else I'd like to ask about is the hours. I'd be interested to know when I would start and finish work exactly.
The hours are 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Tuesday to Saturday.
So I would get Sunday and Monday off?
Yes, that's right.
That's good. Moving on to the question of pay, may I ask what the salary is?
Yes, it's £7 an hour. We may occasionally ask you to work overtime. Would you be willing to do that?
Yes, I think so. Finally, could I ask you about accommodation? I'd like to know if accommodation is included.
No, I'm afraid it isn't. You'll have to find your own accommodation. Is that a problem?
No, it isn't. I'm staying at a friend's flat and she says I can stay as long as I like.
Well, it sounds like you are ideally suited to the job, so I'd like to offer it to you.
Thank you. I'd be delighted to accept it.
Okay. So what are the responsibilities of the hotel staff?
Being cheerful and patient.
Okay, personal qualities required. Okay, first, the responsibility. Something else I'd like to ask about is, okay, moving on the questions. Okay, that is. So, the personal qualities required of the hotel staff. Did you hear that? How
Cheerful,
hours of work and salary?
£7 per hour.
Okay,
Mm.
is accommodation included?
No.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, listen again and complete the question that the student asked with the phrases below, okay? Just
Okay.
read.
Lesson 6G. Exercises 3 and 4.
I saw a job advert for hotel staff and I was wondering if I could discuss it with you.
Certainly. What would you like to know?
Well, first of all, I'd like to know what the job involves.
It involves cleaning guests' bedrooms in the morning and after that, working in the restaurant.
Oh, I see. Could you tell me what I would be doing in the restaurant?
Mostly serving customers. The restaurant gets very busy at lunchtime.
Well, I'm hard-working, so that won't be a problem. I'm also very polite and I enjoy working with the public.
That's good. You'll need to be very patient and cheerful too.
I believe I possess those qualities too. The job sounds ideal for me. Something else I'd like to ask about is the hours. I'd be interested to know when I would start and finish work exactly.
The hours are 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., Tuesday to Saturday.
So I would get Sunday and Monday off?
Yes, that's right.
That's good. Moving on to the question of pay, may I ask what the salary is?
Yes, it's £7 an hour. We may occasionally ask you to work overtime. Would you be willing to do that?
Yes, I think so. Finally, could I ask you about accommodation? I'd like to know if accommodation is included.
No, I'm afraid it isn't. You'll have to find your own accommodation. Is that a problem?
No, it isn't. I'm staying at a friend's flat and she says I can stay as long as I like.
Well, it sounds like you are ideally suited to the job, so I'd like to offer it to you.
Thank you. I'd be delighted to accept it.
Okay. Try answer 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay. I was wondering if I could discuss it with you. I would like to know what the job involves. Could you tell me what I would be doing in the return? I would like to know when I would start and finish work exactly.
Okay, number 5.
May I ask what the salary is?
Okay, I was wondering if I could discuss it with you. I'd like to know what the jobs involves. Can you tell me what I would be doing in the restaurant? So that is those questions. Could you tell me? Okay, I'll be interested to know when I would start and finish work exactly. May I ask what the salary is? Okay. So this is the correspond. So this is our example. So direct questions into the indirect questions. Okay, can you please, oh no, Can you please read it and please remember? Go. Number
Okay.
1.
I was wondering if I could discuss it with you. Could I discuss it with you? I would like to know what the job involves. What does the job involve? Could you tell me what I would be doing in the restaurant? What would I be doing in the restaurant? I would like to be, I would be interested to know when I would start and finish work exactly. When do I start and finish work exactly? May I ask the salary is? What is the salary? I would like to know if accommodation is included. Is accommodation include?
Is included.
Included.
Okay, I'd like to know if accommodation is included. Is accommodation included? Okay, that is the direct questions into indirect questions. Okay, rewrite the questions as indirect question. Okay, use the phrases in the bracket. Okay, I will give you one example. Okay, that is our one example. Okay, where is the post office? So the overall question is, could you tell me where
Okay,
the
okay, I understand.
post office is? Go. Number 2.
Do you have any mayonnaise? I was wondering if you have any mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. What is that? Mayonnaise. Okay.
Mayonnaise.
I was wondering if whether you have any mayonnaise. Okay, number 3.
What time does the film finish? I would like to know what time the film finish.
Okay, I'd like to know what time the film finishes. Okay, number 4.
May I ask what is your name?
Yeah.
Ah,
Number 5.
may I ask what your name is? Okay. What is the salary for this job? I would be interested to know what the salary is for this job is.
Okay, number 6.
Should I apply for the online job online? I would like to know if I should apply for the job online.
Yeah.
I would like to know, okay. Did you receive my application? I would be interested to know if you received my application.
Yes, I'll be interested to know if whether you received my invitation. Number 9.
When does the train leave? Could you tell me when the train leave?
Could you tell me? Yes.
Do you have a table for 4? I'm wondering if you have a table for 4.
Number
When
10.
interview take place? May I ask when the interview will take place?
Okay. May I ask when the interviews will take place? So just remember that. The direct questions, okay? And the indirect.
What?
Okay, so it is already time. So let's continue this next meeting. Okay, so your homework is, okay, what job do you like in the future? Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I will post your homework in the Edzalo after this, okay?
Okay.
So thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Good night.